Bulletcast for life.
Get up! This is a revolution! This is our time to rise! Look deep within your mind, look deep into the hate in my eyes. We are the elite, and you are the weak. No matter how hard I fall, I'll get back up on my feet. Red alert, this is gonna hurt. When your face is in the dirt, you'll know you're dead.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? You know what it is. You know the game. The microphone messiah, the Canadian destroyer, BT Brandon Tanguma. We are here to talk about sports entertainment, professional wrestling, whatever you want to call it. Brandon, what is going on, man?
What's up, everybody? June is here, which means summer's here, which means Money in the Bank's here, and Worlds Collide. It just never stops.
Yes, Worlds Collide is here. We are going to talk about all that. Man, let's get into it. Outside the ring, the wrestling world has been shooken up by a tweet that went out by R-Truth, Ron the Truth Killings, K-Quick, whatever you want to call him. People thought this was a 2-month late April Fool's joke. People thought he was hacked. People thought, okay, R-Truth is just playing games again. But no, R-Truth will be leaving the WWE after, what 18 years of service as the R-Truth character. Yeah, man, this shocked the wrestling world, and just the outpouring of love for R-Truth has been tremendous by the fans, by the people that worked with him in the back. Man. Oh. You never thought, right? You never thought that R-Truth would be gone. I just heard Mark Henry say that never in a million years, if Vince McMahon was still in charge, R-Truth would ever be released. What is going on with this company right now, man?
I mean, I told you guys when TKO bought out WWE. Just look at what they did with UFC. It's not a mom and pop shop anymore. It's a full blown, big, giant corporation that doesn't care about your feelings. And R-Truth he didn't get released. His contract was not being renewed, and I think R-Truth. I forget. I think he said released in his tweet, and I think that kind of got a lot of people up in a tizzy. And yeah, it was surprising. But yet you take a step back and R-Truth is 53 years old. He would come up for another contract. Let's say he signs for 5 years. That makes him 58. So you're going to sign a almost nearly 60-year-old guy to a part-time schedule because he didn't really wrestle all that often. Now, I think this was a kind of something that has to do with no house shows. Because if there's a house show loop, R-Truth can go to those B and C cities, and he can have a fun match and entertain the kids, and it'd be a good time. But now in this day and age where there's 70 shows a year now, I mean, it's R-Truth. I'm not trying to be too hard on the guy, because obviously he had he had a long career, and I think a little bit of the outrage is a little much, because do people really care that much about R-Truth that they're mad he's gone, or they're just something to get mad about?
Brother, did you not see Ron Cena? They even pulled the shirt. They pulled the shirt immediately after this news came out. I'm like, my guy could have for the remainder of his contract, my guy could have made some coin on that Ron Cena. At one point in time, R-Truth was one of the top merch sellers in the company, and that was last year when he was making those Judgment Day shirts.
I'm always a little quizzical about when they say, "Oh, top selling merch." I feel like anytime someone releases new merchandise, they're going to be the top sellers, because everyone's going to want to buy it, because it's the only new thing in town.
No, there are a lot of guys that have new shirts and they're not top merch sellers. You've got to look into it. But I mean, if we can just go down the career of R-Truth real quick. K-Quick, Get Rowdy with the Road Dogg, leaves WWE in 2001 WWF, goes to NWA TNA, Ron the Truth Killings, wins the TNA title.
First black NWA champion.
Well, that's actually not true at all.
Well, that's what the internet tells me. So the internet's always true.
That's actually not. It's actually Bobo Brazil, but yeah. Wins the NWA title, does a 3 Live crew, they win tag titles, has a second run as the NWA champion, and then wins tag titles with Pac-Man Jones. Pac-Man Jones has just spoken out about this recently also. Does that finally gets his release from TNA, then goes over back to WWE as R-Truth. He's singing about what's up. I mean, uh, U.S. title run, tag title run with Kofi Kingston. Starts to have that heel run attacking John Morrison. Has a main event for the WWE title with John Cena. Starts smoking cigarettes on TV. Starts becoming crazy. And then you get to that the 2014, 2015, 2016 era of R-Truth where he's bringing ladders out in Royal Rumble, thinking it's a Money in the Bank match, saying he's in the Money in the Bank match when he's really not, and apologizing. The Golden Truth era stuff was fun. And then obviously the 24/7 championship stuff. I mean, the stuff with Carmella, Tozawa,
Dance break.
Drake Maverick dance break. Yeah, we saw the 24/7 antics live. We were there when Carmella won the 24/7 title. You saw how ecstatic R-Truth was.
And then I think I saw Tamina win the 24/7 championship at Hell in
Yes.
No. Was it Hell in a Cell or something? I forget what it.
Yes, I mean the 24/7 title is part of his history. You know, R-Truth, former hardcore champion, a couple times over, a decade prior to the 24/7 championship. But yeah, I mean, what 53-time 24/7 champion. He made it. He made it work. I mean, 24/7 I-95 South European. I mean, it was hilarious. And I mean, he made anything work. He is the definition of all right. We're gonna go up. We're gonna give you this. Go out there and make it work. And he was the true definition of that. And then whenever it started about John Cena being his childhood hero, and which led to Saturday Night's main event in a fun little thing, and then what most recently telling the Samoans that they're all big backed basically on SmackDown when he loses to JC Mateo, which we'll talk about that. Yeah, man, whatever the Truth decides to do. I always wanted, because I first discovered R-Truth when he was in TNA as Ron Killings. I always wanted him if he once he got to WWE, like when he turned heel, that serious R-Truth, I always wanted that. If we could have just got a snippet of that character during that run, I think that would have been good. And then of course, the Awesome Truth stuff, they were The Rock's first match back in 2011, and God knows how many years The Rock had been away, and then Awesome Truth had the resurgence, and R-Truth's first and only WrestleMania match, WrestleMania 40, and he wins tag team championships.
Look at that.
And then, R-Truth, he talked about it on Sam Roberts' podcast. He was away for a little bit, at the tail end of 2021 too. He had an infection in his leg, and he almost had to have his leg amputated, and then they got the infection cleared, and that led to him coming back and having that match at WrestleMania 40 and all that stuff. And the stuff with the Judgment Day, Tom and Nick Mysterio, hilarious work, man.
He never called the Uso by the wrong name.
See, because he knew.
Yep.
And then just phenomenal work, R-Truth, Ron Killings. Thank you, brother. Wherever you go, we are sure to follow. Carlito has announced that his contract will not be renewed as well. He's already started. Barrio Toys over in Roseville, California, is about an hour away from us, hour and a half. They've already announced him for a July date, and then the Jimmy's World comic store in Los Angeles has already announced him for a July date as well. So Carlito's already filling up the books, and then of course Valhalla, the former Sarah Logan, she is leaving the company as well.
Yeah, Carlito's kind of like a lesser of R-Truth in terms of like what he was doing on television, but similar.
Hey man, hold on now. I'm
just saying in terms of where he was at on the card and the character he was doing.
I'm gonna give him credit, bro. He was taking them spears from Braun Breaker. He was taking him spears.
But yeah, similar to R-Truth, where like if Carlito, if there are house shows, Carlito would be that perfect heel for R-Truth to beat. And Carlito, he was fun. He had like his little spot in the Judgment Day, kind of reacting. And unfortunately, he's gonna never get his he's never gonna get a shot at Raquel Rodriguez. But that's okay.
Never say never. Never say never. Shout out to Carlito, the big pop he got at the 2023 Backlash in Puerto Rico.
I did like the touch of the video games were being played on Monday, which means he took the PlayStation home.
BTE coming back.
Allegedly. Was it?
Those were fun times.
It was fun times. That was peak, almost peak fandom for myself, to be honest, with New Japan going strong and being the elite dropping every Monday.
Yeah, no, like I remember like I looked forward to those. We talked about them on the podcast every week. It was a lot of fun, man, when all those guys were together and they were just causing a second coming of a revolution, man. Which obviously it all led to AEW and Double or Nothing and everything like that. I mean, what 2017 to what late 2019 with those guys and that show was just fun.
Yeah, and I get like TikTok clips of Cody just like saying the dumbest shit because he was bananas on that show. He would just
F the revival.
we've already cussed on the podcast, and he, talks about Hangman Adam Page when Hangman was like more of a young rookie. He just talks about it's a fucking horse on his t-shirt. Like, no context. It's hilarious, but yeah, Cody Rhodes on the Elite was amazing,
Yes, yes,
and all
yes,
the like
yes.
WWE references he would do on there. It was a good time. And look where
Man,
he is now.
right?
Who would have seen that coming? But anyways, it was Matt
Oh,
Jackson, and he was doing some sort of like live stream interview thing, and he just said, "Oh, someone high up in AEW reached out about a BTE revival." But I mean, aren't the Young Bucks kind of high up in AEW? But that being said, I think there'd be some interest in a revival of BTE. Obviously, you can't put the genie back in the bottle for what they had damn nearly 10 years ago now at this point, but it'd be fun just to maybe see not an every week thing, but
the
every couple weeks,
elite,
every month vlog.
the elite, the elite, the elite. You remember that? Break it down. Slim Jim tables.
Yeah, no free ads, but Slim Jim, they've been in the wrestling world for damn near 30 years now at this point. They signed
Oh,
a
yeah.
contract. They signed a contract with WWE, and you saw it on Raw. They are the centerpiece of the ring now, and the one that's been getting a lot of buzz and a lot of flack is they're going to be on the tables underneath the ring, not the announce tables. No, the tables that wrestlers are going to use to be put through tables will be have Slim Jim logos on them.
Okay. Snap it to a Slim Jim, brother. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Which, I mean, I always thought. I mean, it's one thing to be on the ring apron, which like I get it, it's money. UFC does it, hell, New Japan does it. But like there's just something about the tables where like in my mind, my own little head canon is like, oh, they put those tables there for production or for, in case something happens, they just leave it for storage under the ring and the wrestlers just happen to take it out because they're crazy like that. But now that you put the logo on it, I know it just makes everything more fake. It's just like everything's more planned out. It's just like, oh yeah, this is sponsored. Just another thing to make money off of. Once again, I told you when TKO bought this damn company that was going to happen.
Yeah, man. Well, wrestling is a business at the end of the day. When it's all said and done. SmackDown happens. Cody's out there. He's asking fans what do they want to talk about. He had said he had a conversation with somebody, asked him was he a good champion. They agreed. Talked about the final boss and how the offer for his soul will never truly go off the table. Says he has a surprise. Jey Uso comes out there. Cena's out there. Cena calls Uso and Cody. John Cena wannabes, says Cody's desperate. Says Jay is lazy. Says Logan Paul doesn't have to pay his dues because he pays your mortgage, and it ends in a scuffle with the faces standing tall. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought honestly it was a pretty good segment overall. Probably the most only notable thing really that I think happened on SmackDown. But yeah, I thought Cody's promo was solid. It was kind of talking a whole lot of nothing, but also there was like a little bit of breadcrumbs in there where he name dropped The Rock. Maybe The Rock is coming back. I'll believe it when I see it. And then Cena actually like being a heel and going after the people he's wrestling instead of going after the crowd, which was a breath of fresh air for me because I've been just hating
You
Cena
know,
going after the fans for all this time.
you know what I need from John? I need him. Remember, like when he's in a promo battle with somebody and he's just going after them. I need that element of John Cena. When he told Roman, "I do this better part time than you ever could full time," I need that John Cena. That's what I need.
Yeah, I mean, this John Cena thing, which I'm finally happy to finally see that on the internet, people are starting to kind of realize that maybe turning John Cena heel might not have been the best idea. Just because we wanted it 13 years ago doesn't mean a 2025 John Cena heel turn is a good idea. But I did think this. I will give him credit. I thought he was pretty good in this segment, and then they teased some dissension between Logan Paul and Cena, and maybe that's just something for the match itself. But I mean, honestly, laugh if you want. I think Logan Paul is the perfect like final opponent for a babyface John Cena in Boston.
Possibly. Let's see. You said that was the only good thing about SmackDown. Naomi and Bianca's segment. Naomi telling Bianca she made a house call. I said, oh, she went to her house. Said she gonna put her and her mama in a wheelchair. Come on now, man. This is diabolical heel 101, and I love it.
Right out of the Swerve playbook. Did you go and go to the crib and start talking to the baby?
Proceed with caution. All right. JC Mateo defeats R-Truth. You know,
R-Truth's final match in WWE.
If you say what's up, and then Damian Priest challenges Fatu.
I will say the Damian Priest promo was pretty good. I thought he, laid his mission statement out. He talked about, what he kind of covered for walking out of the cage door after Jesse Ventura absolutely buried him on Saturday Night's main event.
Walking through the cage door.
And put over McIntyre a little bit. Looks like he's going to be on the shelf. So maybe we get a babyface Drew McIntyre on the way back, or maybe a changed character for McIntyre. But
I wouldn't say change. Keep him the same. Just if he has to be a face, then he can be a face and still operate in logic.
Yeah. So, oh hi.
I see broken dreams. I need them for you. El Hijo del Vikingo wins the AAA Mega Championship from Alberto El Patron. Vikingo defends the AAA Championship against who? Chad Gable. Thank you. This Saturday, June 7th. Brother, I saw SmackDown's going to be in Bakersfield. That's not a far drive. Let's go.
I mean Bakersfield. That might not be a far drive for you out here driving to Las Vegas for WrestleMania, but
hey, look, I'm gonna tell you something. Bakersfield was great to me. I wrestled out there recently. They were fantastic. Love Bakersfield. They got a nice little barbecue spot out there. Let's go for a little trip.
Shout out the Dwight Yoakam song about Bakersfield. Great song.
I looked at the tickets. I was like, brother, what happened to the days where I paid like 120 and I'm in like section like 110, like row 6? What happened to those days, brother?
Well, there's still All Elite Wrestling that you can go to for a decent price.
It's damn near free. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna get into Vikingo and AAA. Brandon, have the AAA or the Worlds Collide card ready to go because we will get to that. Joaquin Wild was apparently knocked out during a speed taping. Hopefully, brother is all right. Former DJZ.
Yeah, seems like everything's okay. Just like a little scary situation. He tweeted out after the fact that everything seems to be good. The thing is, it's for like a number one contender tournament thing. So I don't know, and I don't know how quick those turnarounds for like the tapings are. If they're gonna delay it or air that.
They just tape them like before Raw and SmackDown, right?
Yeah. So it happened yesterday, kayfabe on Raw. So
is main event still a thing?
I think it is, but it's mainly just like fulfill international contracts.
Okay. Let's get into the Raw recap. Punk and Zayn's promo. Punk, he opens up Raw, vows to win Money in the Bank for a third time, and he says he's coming after John Cena. And Sami Zayn comes out there. They make a pact to end Seth.
Yeah, I mean it was a solid promo I thought from both these guys. Punk I think has been pretty good as of late. Having a little bit something to chew on with this Seth Rollins group. They have I guess they don't have anything coming up at least for Punk. Spoiler alert, but yeah, I mean I wonder what the plan is for Punk for SummerSlam.
Remember, he said it's the summer of Punk. Don't get it twisted, man. Then we get to the tag match: Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. See, it's not that complicated. You guys can separate the two. I don't know what the internet's talking about. They go on to wrestle Sami Zayn and the World Heavyweight Champion. Main event: Jey Uso ends in a disqualification as Uso gets his brain stomped on the ground by Seth freaking Rollins.
Another advertised big match that does not deliver a finish.
What are you talking about? The main event delivered a finish.
Well, it did deliver a finish. It didn't deliver a super clean finish, but
It was a clean finish.
yeah, El Grande Americano pinned AJ Styles, right?
This El Grande Americano qualifies for Money in the Bank. Karrion Kross and Sami Zayn have a segment backstage. Karrion Kross tells Sami what his problem is with him, that he knows he's not a nice guy, that he knows he's capable of doing dastardly things, and he just wants him to give in to his instincts.
Yeah, this the Karrion Cross stuff. I mean, it's like week after week, but it seems like it leads to nothing. I mean, it almost feels like the Bray Wyatt stuff, where like he just talks and like says things, but nothing actually comes to fruition. I mean,
My God, it's a slow burn. It can't just happen all of a sudden. Human
yeah,
beings don't just change like that. Everything takes time.
I know, but how long has Karrion Cross been a little devil on her shoulder, and then nothing comes of it?
I mean, it hasn't happened yet.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yet. Karrion Kross has picked up the steam. I thought he was going to be in the Money in the Bank, but apparently not. So we're just gonna, move on from that. Rollins and his group stand tall at the end of Monday Night Raw. Curb stomps and tsunamis, brother.
Mm-hmm. Once again, they're seems like they're teasing a triple six-man tag match. That doesn't seem like a SummerSlam match. I mean, what's in July? Is there anything in July?
Well, this is Saturday night's main event,
Okay, so maybe a six-man tag for Saturday's main event.
brother. You never
Um,
know. SummerSlam is 2 nights. We could do a big blockbuster main event for night one that results in what happens in the main event of night two.
Possibly. I mean,
Sure.
I mean, Cena and Punk is like one of the only matches I want to see in this John Cena run, and they're going to do it. I just don't know when. And SummerSlam seems like the best place to do it.
Ooh, Cody versus Punk on night one. Winner gets Cena on night two.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. It's like Cody seems like the guy to beat Cena. And is that going to happen at SummerSlam? Is it going to happen a little later in the year? It's intriguing because you don't exactly know where it's going to pan out. But
Yeah, I mean, we shall see. Uh, let's get into the Worlds Collide card. What's going on with that, man?
Worlds Collide taking place at the world famous Forum in Los Angeles. Been there, cool little
Los
venue.
Angeles.
I don't know exactly what the main event of the match of the show is going to be.
I'd assume it's the AAA title.
I don't know if they really announced that, but we got a six-man tag. We got Legado del Fantasma taking on Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr., Pagano, and Psycho Clown.
I've worked a couple shows with Psycho Clown. Great guy.
Yeah, they've been, doing the angle with Legado del Fantasma, and Berto, sorry, is not too fond of Escobar's antics, but yet he's still there. So I would assume that plays into the finish and the AAA guys win just because Psycho Clown is one of, if not the top guy in that company. And he's definitely not going to take the pinfall here, but I would assume Psycho Clown would get the win. If
I'll
we're
go Team
doing,
Psycho Clown.
yeah, I mean, politically, these joint shows are always just fascinating to see what the finishes are.
Yeah. What else we got on that?
We got a fatal four-way match for the NXT North American Championship. Ethan Page, Javon Evans, Laredo Kid, and Ray Phoenix. This one should be very good.
Ethan Page, my guy.
I
Big
mean,
Ethan Pager.
they just gave Ethan Page the title, but maybe they did that so someone else can get it. I mean,
If Javon, I wouldn't be surprised. It's either Ethan Page or Javon Evans.
why not Laredo Kid? Let Laredo Kid get the title for some reason.
It's either
And
Ethan Page or the young OG Javon Evans, man. Stop playing.
I know, but I can dream of some shenanigans. We get a women's tag team match: Stephanie Vaquer and Lola Vice taking on Chick Tormenta and Dalis.
Are these the
Dalis.
Toxicas?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So all the Gooners will be out to watch this one. It's free on YouTube, so you don't got to pay anything.
Yeah, but it's free on YouTube.
Stephanie pulling double duty, so it'll be interesting to see how much she works in this match.
Right.
Oof. Once again, like Lola Vice seems to be the easy person to take the pinfall here. So
I think Lola can pin one of the Toxicas.
yeah, but I think Stephanie. I don't know. No clue. Because like at least for the AEW New Japan titles or New Japan matches Forbidden Door, like at least for me personally, I know where everyone stands, so it's a lot easier to predict. AAA, I am not locked into Lucha Libre, so I do not know where any of these people really stand outside of like Vikingo and Psycho Clown.
Supposed to watch
I know, I'm
everything.
supposed to watch everything. I try to tune into Triple Mania, but I found it, but the match was already over between Del Rio or sorry, El Patron and
El
Vikingo.
Patron. And what else? Who else is on this
I got
card?
another six. We got another tag team match. We got the Latino World Order, which is Dragon Lee, Cruz del Toro, and Joaquin Wild, if he's clear to compete, takes on Octagon Jr., Aerostar, and Mr. Iguana. We've seen
I know
Mr.
Mr.
Iguana.
Iguana. I know Mr. Iguana. I like Mr. Iguana. Let's go with his team.
I'd say this would be the one where the WWE takes it, so give me the LWO. Then the perceived main event, El Hijo del Vikingo taking on
Oh.
Chad Gable for the AAA Mega Championship. I mean, as much as I would love Chad Gable to win just to see what happened, I think Vikingo wins.
Yeah, I'm going Vikingo. I'm going Vikingo all day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Money in the Bank. Let's get into a Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch. Last chance for Becky Lynch to get an opportunity at the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. I got Becky Lynch going over.
Yeah, I mean, they have the stipulation that if Becky wins, Lyra has to raise her hand. And I would assume they aren't going to do that if it's not going to happen. They wouldn't book that if it wasn't going to happen. So give me Becky.
Um,
Give me that Becky.
Hello, I was back. Only 4 matches to stand. Second match, the women's Money in the Bank ladder match: Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Rhea Ripley, Julia, Naomi, and Stephanie Vaquer. Rhea Ripley told Stephanie she'd see her on Saturday. Roxanne Perez would not surprise me with this. I have a feeling Jade's going to go out there and disrupt Naomi, or maybe Bianca will. I'm going Roxanne Perez.
So I'm much more intrigued in the women's one, to be honest, than the men's one. I think this it's pretty wide open and interesting that, I mean, outside of Rhea Ripley, I mean, and I guess Naomi to an extent, but like Vaquer Perez and Julie and Alexa Bliss like weren't on television like 2 months ago, and then they're all just like kind of in this match right now.
Stars, baby.
Um,
Stars, baby.
I always say this, like Money in the Bank is a heel gimmick, but like if you're trying to push Stephanie Vaquer to the top, and she goes 2-0 on Saturday, and she wins the title or not, wins the Money in the Bank, and then cashes in on EO for, I mean, Stephanie Vaquer Evolution, EO Sky. I mean, I think that sells itself. So give me Stephanie Vaquer.
All right. The other Money in the Bank ladder matches for the men: Solo Sokoa, LA Knight, yeah, Penta, Seth Rollins, Andrade, and El Grande Americano. Let's be real. I think Punk is going to cost Seth Rollins. You're looking at either Solo or you're looking at either Solo or LA Knight, bro.
Yeah, this men's Money in the Bank ladder match honestly is not very good. I mean, the star power isn't there. I mean, you look at everyone outside of Seth Rollins, no one really jumps out as like, and no disrespect like Penta or LA Knight, but like they're not really like main event Money in the Bank like level guys, which I mean, now you have the second world title, so
Penta, not man, not yet, not
not
yet.
yet, not yet, but he definitely is not like, you know, on that track where you can see it happening in the next 4 to 6 months.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, Seth seems like the quote unquote easy pick because he's like by far the biggest star in this match, but I don't think he
Or
wins.
Seth wins the Money in the Bank and an attempted cash in is halted because John Cena said it in the promo. This is going to be the main event of Money in the Bank. Cody Rhodes and the World Heavyweight Champions and the World Heavyweight Champion. 4 letters, one word. Yeet Jey Uso going up against Logan Paul and the man that's never seen 17, the undisputed WWE Champion John Cena.
I didn't get an official prediction. Give me Solo Sikoa. I don't know why, but just give me Solo Sikoa. And then
I love you, Solo.
so for the tag team match,
Say it. Say you love
I
Solo.
love you, Solo. You're gonna win you're gonna win the Money in the Bank briefcase, and you're definitely not gonna fail cash in against like your
We
brother.
can't have we
So
can't have any more failed cash ins. I hate Look, we can't have any more failed cash-ins with the Money in the Bank. I need a successful cash-in this year.
Tag team match, big match. I mean, Jey Uso loses and then beats Gunther. Because spoiler alert, I think Jey Uso wins on Monday. Um, but in this match, I think I will go with the baby faces because I mean Cody and John Cena are going to wrestle, right? So it would make kind of no sense for Cena to beat Cody again. So I think Cody's got to get his lick back.
Logan Paul pins Cody Rhodes.
John Cena, does all the work and Logan Paul cleans up, gets the win.
Stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened. Yeah, it really depends. The outcome of the Money in the Bank is going to be interesting, and then of course leading into this tag match is going to be very interesting. Oh man. Oh man. Official prediction for me. I'll go with the faces. I'll go with the faces. All right, there you have it. That is going to do it for us. Ladies and gentlemen, please, you know where to find us. We will be back next week with more professional wrestling talk. This Friday, Big Time Wrestling. It is going down hard times too. You can see all your favorites: Los Suavecitos, QT Marshall, Aaron Solo, Bad Dude Tito, Marcus Lewis, Starboy Charlie, Alpha Zoe. Sandra Moon's final BTW match. She's defending her championship against Vert Vixen. You don't want to miss that. Jerry Gigolo and Ray Rico are going to be at it. Alan Angels is going to be there as well. A lot of good stuff. The former Fuego del Sol is going to be there. Or KJ Arso. So you don't want to miss any of that. Tune into it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'll pull up and hope to see a lot of y'all there. Thank you all so much. As always, be safe and stay dangerous. Yes, sir.